So today we're going to be talking about LinkedIn. LinkedIn is one of those platforms that amazingly, I'm just surprised that so many people kind of ignore it a little bit. And I don't think they ignore it. They just don't pay as much attention to it as they probably, like what I think they probably should. And I say that for one very specific reason. If you think about your prospects and think about the interaction that you get to have with them and the type of prospects that you do get to interact with, one of the things that is so valuable about LinkedIn is the people that are in the LinkedIn box or that you're in your LinkedIn sphere, right? For the most part, they've already set themselves up. They're probably of a certain age range of users, right? And I'm not going to go into what the LinkedIn specifics of the LinkedIn category, but just as an overall general rule, they're probably more professionals, right? They either have a job or have a job and are currently looking to better their job, right? Or they are in the headhunter world and they're looking for a professional space to land on the employment scale. So that's automatically one of those things that tends to make people a little bit of a, what I would call a higher impact prospect, right? So let's kind of dig into the LinkedIn. You guys all know me. My name's Eric Eltzholtz. I'm a marketing technology director for a company called West. West is the acronym for Williston Enterprise Solution Technologies. We actually handle all the technology, marketing, and cybersecurity components for Williston Financial Group's group of companies, of which WFG National Title is one. I actually am contracted to work as a consultant in the Inland Empire for WFG National Title. So, they're actually, WFG National Title is actually my client, okay? So, and I see some of them on here right now, some of the local reps. So hopefully we're going to walk through this for LinkedIn for you guys. So, and this applies to everybody. This applies to not just title reps, but also real estate brokers, realtors, agents, lenders, everyone in that environment. So let's kind of dig through here a little more on this, okay? You guys can get the presentation texted to you. I think I know all you guys. If you just want to, just in the chat window, if you can leave your name and your email address, and I will make sure and email the video, the YouTube video of this. I'll also send you my YouTube link, and that way you can go see some of the other presentations that you may have missed. And I'm working on the presentations for next week. We're going to do the same type of thing. We're going to mix them up a little bit, so we're not doing the same one on the same day. We're going to kind of bump them around and round robin them a little bit, okay? So let's look at LinkedIn. Let's see what I got. Okay. So let's look at LinkedIn, and then we're going to just very briefly look at this. We're going to kind of do an overview, and then let's go into the actual program, and we're going to walk through some different types of posts that you can create, okay? So LinkedIn is, again, slightly different. It's professional. So think of this as social media. So it's different from Google My Business. It's not just business. It's still social, but it tends to lean on the professional side. And again, I can't say that that's not an advantage for you. Okay. So super kind of powerful piece on that. Okay. So here's kind of your LinkedIn page features, right? So it contains your LinkedIn people. I say this on a regular basis. Your social media pages are like big boxes full of your most valuable asset, which in this industry is people. You get paid to be social. The more social you are, the more money you make, right, in this business. And that doesn't change whether you're a title rep, whether you're a real estate agent, whether you're a broker or a lender. That applies to everyone across the board. So LinkedIn calls your people connections. Of course, you're going to connect with them, right? I think that a lot of people don't do this enough, but I'd like to see everyone, just like Facebook and Instagram, I'd like to see everyone add a connection every day, right? And LinkedIn's good, just like the other social media channels. They're going to be showing you, here's people in your network that are connected to other people you know, and you might want to send them a connection request. So this is just one of those daily rituals. I think you just add it into your social media workout on a daily basis. Go find 1 to 3 or whatever your number is of new LinkedIn connections that you can add into your sphere. Okay, again, I'm going to say this: post will have a higher impact because the people that you're posting to are higher impact connections. They probably can afford the house that you want to sell them. They probably, they probably are looking to at some point move up or change their status as far as housing goes. They're probably more easily lent to as far as a lender status, right? And as you guys have heard me before, another thing that I love about LinkedIn is you get to post things for free there, okay? You can pay for advertising, but you get to post content for free in the LinkedIn environment, and it's dynamic. And that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about the different types of post content that I think you should be putting into your LinkedIn channel, okay? So let's kind of dig in here and let's swap over from this presentation and let's actually go into LinkedIn here real quick. So let's go do that. Let me share over to that page. I'm going to be a little more cognizant because I've had some people saying that as I'm switching and sharing different screens that they're not able to see my share. So Zoom yesterday had a really funky problem where I was like clicking the button, come on, share this. And it would not share the screen that I was trying to share. So, okay, I think you guys can all see I'm on my LinkedIn channel right now. And let's go in and look at some of the different types of post content that you can post here. So one, I would start out with content that may be a little bit more on the side of information. So you guys post stuff on a pretty regular basis. The LinkedIn platform is not like the Facebook or the Instagram platform. You're probably not going to get the same kind of response by posting personal content. As a matter of fact, if you look through this feed here, you notice, there's some inspirational stuff in here. But for the most time, okay, so there's someone just talking about pleasant memories. But for the most time, it's not necessarily so personal. It's more informational and or professional, okay? So let's start out with the first type of post that I would do. And that's a bit of relevant information. So I came across this article today, okay, from Forbes, okay? Key questions for buying or selling a home during the pandemic. Really good article written by Jennifer Anderson. So I can come down here if I wanted to, and I can actually share this post from Forbes. I believe I've got the share link on there. Where did that go? There it is, right? I can come down here and I could share this directly to LinkedIn from here. Let me try and get this down here. I can share this directly on LinkedIn using the share widget, okay? Nothing wrong with this, by the way, right? You get to share this post. You can share it in a post. You can send it in a message through your LinkedIn channel. But remember, one of the things that I like is I want you guys to give yourself the energy when you're posting content. So if you notice this post here, and again, I'm going to give all credit where credit is due, but if you look at this post, right, it's coming from Forbes.com. Again, that's who wrote the article. That's who promoted the article. So I'm going to give you a different option. You can do this. You can share this. I'm going to go a slightly different direction. Let me show you how I would do this. I actually took this article and I wanted to create a blog post on my blog. So what I did is I just copied the verbiage and the text from this article. I literally just selected this and went down and copied all the information, okay, including who wrote the article and where it came from. So I grab all of this information. And if you notice, there's links in here. Do you guys see the links that are included in this text? So this content is linked back automatically to this Forbes article on Forbes, okay? So I've had people that worried about this and they're like, hey, I don't, I want to be careful. I want to make sure that I'm posting this and that I have this set up correctly. So in this instance right here, I came through and I would create a blog post on here, right? So there's my blog post. It's got the same information. If you notice, it's the same article, right? It gives the photo credits. It's got the information. There's her. It's got a link back to her. It's got a read more button on here. This is the article from Forbes, including all the backlinking to the Forbes. But watch this. If I grab this post link right here and I go over to my LinkedIn page and I click start a post, check out what happens. Okay, I'm just typing a comment. I'm going to go down. I'm going to put a space. I'm going to paste the blog post link to my website in here. Okay. It'll now deliver on your blog. So this is just mine that I have set up, but it will deliver the blog article from your website. You guys like that? Now what am I doing? This article on LinkedIn that's going to have people looking at it, viewing, maybe commenting on it, liking it, sharing it, whatever, is promoted and linked on my blog post. It's still the same article from Forbes. I'm backlinking to Forbes, right? That's how blogs work. So a lot of people are worried about blog content. And I ask on a regular basis, hey, are you running a blog on your website? This is the reason that you have a blog on your website is you can take articles, copy them from all over the place. Matter of fact, my team and I were just talking about keeping current matters today, right? So they give you articles, you copy the article, you paste it on your blog. Now you share it from your blog and your website gets the energy for that. So easy way to promote this, right? What can we tag in here? I can add some tags. Let's look at home values, right? Residential real estate. They're actually giving me a bunch of content that I can add in here right now. Residential properties, that looks good, right? So I can pop a bunch of stuff in here. There we go. And when I'm done with that, I can click post. So that's the first type of article that you should be posting, is something that's informational specifically for your sphere and relevant to today. Remember, the people on LinkedIn are probably a little bit smarter. I'm just going to say this. This sounds horrible. No, it doesn't. They're probably more mature. They're probably more professional. Again, they're just your content that you post in this environment. You should just aim it directly at that type of a person. I've said this before. I'll say it again. When was the last time anybody here saw a purple unicorn posted onto LinkedIn? Never. It doesn't happen. People don't post that. Nothing wrong with pink unicorns or purple unicorns, but in this environment, it just doesn't get posted that way. So that would be the first type of post that I would create. Hopefully, I've shown you how easy it is to do that. It's very simple to go create that content. Let's look at the next type of post that I would go in and create, okay? So one of the things that you're doing on a pretty regular basis is you are posting content from your, about your listings, right? So I was pretty disappointed my industry was not listed as an option on LinkedIn. That's kind of tricky. I've had the same issue with Google My Business. They're not listed at the same as everyone else. So kind of an interesting option on there. But let's go in and look at a different kind of post that I would create on a LinkedIn platform, okay? So again, I'm going to go in here. I'm going to go grab some just listed content, right, about a property that I want to promote. Let's go back into LinkedIn very quickly and let's start another post. Okay, remember I've got some options. I'm going to post as me, right? And I'm going to deliver this to anyone. I want this to be open. I'm not a limiter. You always want to, when you create posts, like in my opinion, you always want to go public. If it's a Facebook post, right, if you're working within certain groups, you might choose to operate and deliver that to a specific set of groups that you're working with. But for the most part, I'm a wide open, make everything public. So let's go in and post. Here's a post that I would do as a just listed type of a property, right? And they're telling me they don't like this verbiage, so they're telling me to put a comment. By the way, if you guys ever use Grammarly, I'm a huge fan of Grammarly, okay? If you notice, I also have some text-to-code content on here. So I can populate this in here, and now I'm going to add a picture. So now I can go in and I can go select the picture for that property, right? And I've got the picture right here. And now I can go grab that picture in and upload that into my database. And you can add alternative text, but I'm not going to do that. Also, if you notice, by clicking on the photo, it lets you tag some people in your group. So if you had some different people that you wanted to tag in this, you could certainly go in and do that. Right? So real easy way to create this content in here. I'm not going to tag anybody. And when I'm done, I'm going to click done. Okay. So there's my verbiage, right? And now I'm literally going to create a post. Again, completely free. By the way, I did not add my hashtags in there, but you should do that. You should add your hashtags into that listing. Okay. Don't forget, when you're in here, give your post a like, give it a little energy. Okay. You can also share this in other places as well, but you're going to have to figure out where to share this with, right? So this would be a mention for a specific company or that type of thing. So again, if you have content that's relevant to a specific group or network, you can actually include this into this group, okay? I'm not going to do this right now. Let's discard this. So that's the post content for a just listed. I'm going to tell you the price difference post would be very similar to this. You can also include a price difference post, and you can edit this. Let's say I wanted to change this image and I want to go edit this post. I can edit it. Let's go out and take that picture out, and instead let's change, oh, is it going to let me do that? Okay, they're not letting me edit the photos. Go figure. Let's see. Yes, they are. Here we go. Let's cancel that. Let's edit the photo image. There it is. Oh, that's weird. Okay, so they are going to make me, am I editing the wrong thing? Let's change the photo. That's what I need to do. Nope. Okay, so they are not letting me add that photo in there. By the way, there is an option to add a link in there, right? So you can edit additional content in there to add that in. You can embed this post, but honestly, I would do this again. I'm going to redo this real quick. Let me edit the whole thing. I'm going to delete the post. Let's start fresh here. And I want to show you how to add a video in here. Remember, we've been working a lot with video. I am a huge fan of that. I think video is awesome. So here's our video content. I'm going to actually take the video link for that to put in here. Let's go back to the location that I saved that video. There it is. Let's open that video. There we go. Okay. And now I can click done. And again, you can add your hashtags in and click post. So It's going to take a second to upload, but very easy to add a just listed property or a change to the property status. So a price adjustment, so a reduction in price. Not many of us want to promote a raise in price, and for the most part, raises in prices are not happening right now. So we don't have to worry about that. But you'll see this is working through connecting right now, okay? I'm going to go over to one other little item here. Let me go back over, and I apologize. I'm going to flip into my Facebook account, and I'm going to go grab something real quick. If you guys have ever sat on one of my classes on generating listing leads using landing pages, one of the things that I talk about on a pretty regular basis is Cloud CMA, which is a member benefit for everyone that's part of CRMLS. Here is a Cloud CMA landing page. Okay, so your landing page is specific to you. It'll promote your picture, your name, your company, your phone number, your email address. That'll all be on this landing page, okay? So really cool. But one of the things that I don't like about, matter of fact, I should have just left that up here real quick. One of the things that I don't like about Cloud CMA on Facebook is Cloud CMA does not allow you to change what's called a placeholder image. So the website's built on the back end with verbiage and an image that delivers when you post that to social media. So let me show you what I mean by that. Here's this post again. When we get down here, here's the post. Here's some text and some verbiage, okay? And then here's the link to the landing page. And here's what it says, right? And it comes from Cloud CMA, and it's your Cloud CMA landing page. Even though they all look the same, they're specific to each one of your Cloud CMA accounts. But this image and this verbiage that just says what's your home worth is generic. I can't change that, okay? So one of the things that I really like about LinkedIn, that's not it. Let's get back over to the right place, is that I get to take content and I get to create that content with a photo of my choosing. So one of the things that I, again, love about LinkedIn is that I get to create this file on LinkedIn with a post. I get to choose there's the post, by the way. Look how nice that looks with the video on LinkedIn. That is really sharp. And by the way, that's the video that we created using Lumen 5, completely free video editing program that lets you make video content from pictures or video or both. So it's a pretty cool program. Again, really nice looking piece. Let's go in and let's look at the last type of post. So remember, informational content, just listed, just solds. Now we're going to create a landing page linked post, okay? So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to start the post. I'm going to talk about my verbiage in here. So I'm going to paste the text. Okay, so I'm being a little, right, I'm including a little emoji content in here. I'm still going to tag this with some of the different tags that I want to, right? So there's my stuff, right? I'm popping these tags in there. So there's my verbiage that I want to appear, but here's what happens if I take this post. Let me show you this. If I take the link to this post and post it into here, you will see what it's going to do is it's going to go out and see where it says loading that preview. It's actually going out and dragging this information. So what I like about LinkedIn that I can't do in Facebook is I can't edit this picture in Facebook. Even if I try and upload an additional photo over the top of it, this is the main picture that Facebook grabs onto and holds as part of the post. In this instance, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this. I'm actually going to upload my own picture from the neighborhood, right? And so I'm going to go link this in here real quick. I'm going to add my own photo. So there's the link still, right? I'm going to add my own photo. I'm going to grab a picture that I get to share this into. Okay, I'm going to open that. And now I get to share that picture, that link with that picture in there, okay? So pretty easy way to add additional content into this post by having this content here in the image, okay? So let's go ahead and post that, right? I've got my tags in here. I've got my verbiage. And now that post is live. It's a live link back to that landing page. So that's really one of the ways that I would come through and I would start utilizing LinkedIn on literally a daily basis. Remember I talked about adding people into your network? So one of the other things, let me show you where this is at. We've got some people that are saying they have to run out right now. Hey, go back and check this out and we'll send this to you. So not a problem. Let's go back in here. I want to show you how to increase or add people to your network. So here we go. I'm going to go into my network, right? Here's my network. And they're going to tell me, here's some people that you may know in the area. And I can come back through and say, oh, yes, I know Susan, right? And I can come back through and say, are these people that I need to connect with in my business? Now you're going to go through, one of the things that you should do is you should literally take your phone out, go through people that are in your network, that are your friends on Facebook, and you should go in and see if you can find them, right? So let's go through and look at someone right now, right? I can go in and say, okay, well, let's go see if I can find any of these people. And there I go. I could actually go in and look someone up. Now I'm already connected to this person. Let me go see if I can find someone that's in my phone database that I am not friends with very quickly. So let's go down real fast. Let's go look at this. There we go. Let's go a slightly different direction here. You ready? Okay, so here's someone I'm not connected with. They're in my database. And now I get to go in and say, well, let's connect. Okay. So that's the easiest way to go start sending out these invites to connect. And one of the things that's brilliant about LinkedIn is they're going to literally poke that person every day, just like you get poked every day from LinkedIn. LinkedIn's telling you, hey, this person sent you a connection request and you ignored it yesterday. Would you like to connect with them now? So they actually give you that opportunity and they kind of poke you to remind you that it's time to connect with those guys, right? Again, this is stuff that you should be doing every day when you're in here creating content. So again, I'm going to go, I just found another person to connect with that's in my database, right? I just found another person that I can connect with. So your goal again is to pull content in here and connect with the people that are connecting with you. So let me come back up. Let's go back to our home again. Let's take a look at what's going on. And remember, they're going to give you the ability to view who is seeing your content and who comments and likes your posts, right? So that's a really easy way to just get free exposure in the LinkedIn profile. So I'm not going to go too deeply into all the other stuff in LinkedIn. I do have a YouTube video on tuning up your LinkedIn so that you are accessible. You want to have your data be as complete as possible. You definitely want to have all of your contact information and connectability showing on all your social media channels, including LinkedIn. And you certainly want to start creating a strategy to go into your account, add new people into your network, and create for free, zero cost posts that are designed to promote your products, your services, your expertise, And if you can remember to post, if you like this idea, if you start promoting content on these sites, you will also be able to give your website energy as well as far as being found. And by the way, anything on these sites helps you show up on Google as well. So anything on the social media realm, I kind of joke with people, and I can't do it in a room, but I joke with people about social media on a regular basis and Google on a regular basis. And in a way, the joke is, we're posting stuff on these platforms. Let's say this was Facebook, and we're posting and we're liking and we're sharing, right? And then I pull up another platform, and that's, LinkedIn, right? And we're posting and we're sharing, and we have Instagram. We all have all these different platforms. Well, Google is the thing that resides, that these are all sitting on top of, right? It's checking what's articles are being posted, what's getting engagement, how many likes that article has. If that article is backlinked back to your website, right? What does that do? That helps your brand with the energy to show up on a Google search. And so again, I think by ignoring this platform, you're making a mistake. I would like to see you go at this wholeheartedly in creating a posting schedule on here. I've had people ask me on a regular basis about some of the different auto posters like Hootsuite or Buffer or Later. There's nothing wrong with those platforms. Personally, myself, I don't prefer them. That's just not how my brain works. To schedule this stuff in advance, I kind of want to say, like, what's going on today? And I want to actually sit down myself in front of my channels, and I want to engage with people that engaged with yesterday's post. I want to, so that's kind of item number one, right? I want to also, so one, engage. I want to create today's post. So I want to have the post that I'm going to be putting out there today. I want to get that content. And usually if I'm going to do an informational post, right? Information is kind of changing on a pretty rapid basis right now, as far as the pandemic or any of that. That's different effects and different things happening. So I try and just do that on a daily basis. And I spend, like, I would say I'd spend 30 minutes to an hour engaging with yesterday's posts, looking for new connections in LinkedIn, followers on Instagram, and friends on Facebook, right? I would create my post content. I would create it once, and then I would just share the same content out to different platforms. Again, if you can share it from your blog, do that. You're doing nothing but benefiting your brand if you do that, okay? So I've got this information. Some of you guys have given me some email addresses for this information. I'm going to edit this. I'm going to upload it to YouTube today, and I will email this back out to all of you guys. I'm going to also send you a link to my YouTube channel. And I've got a whole series of workshops on there that I've recorded, and that way you guys can watch them at your convenience. Is there any additional questions regarding LinkedIn? Well, you guys were awesome today. Let me